It's a great day, my amazing CEOs. Late one night in 2008, Leah Busque Solivan faced a common problem: an empty dog food bowl for her beloved lab, Kobe. Now, this would spark a new idea for her that would change her life and forever revolutionize the entire industry. Now, for those that know about this, she's the founder of TaskRabbit. But back then, the world wasn't familiar with the sharing economy. Uber and Airbnb, they were just concepts. DoorDash hadn't even emerged yet. And TaskRabbit, as we know it today, originally was called RunMyErrand, started by 100 runners in Boston. But it faced typical challenges. No matter how interesting the fact was, they couldn't get this concept together and get it out. And even Zipcar back in the day that was emerging in this uncharted shared economy, think of it as a CEO. It's new, it's revolutionary. It was still uncharted waters. But her journey of success really transpired when she decided to connect, hear me now, collaboration for all my CEOs, with the Zipcar CEO, Scott Griffin, and got the support of the Facebook community, the startup incubator. Those were critical steps. Now, here's the point I want to make before I get to the main point. In the world of sales, as a CEO, recognizing mentorship, seeking guidance for your sales strategies, and really using all the resources that are available to reach your target audience is how it all happens. Now TaskRabbit, this didn't happen without some hurdles, right? There was some setbacks. You try to go from a web-based platform to using an app. There's going to be all type of challenges. Yet TaskRabbit, with the guidance, sales leadership, and then shifting their sales strategy, it expanded, which again highlights the importance of having a sales strategy that you can adopt. What's my big takeaway as we get started with the CEO Sales Huddle? I have two takeaways. Number one, the key lesson here is the significance of having a sales system, a sales strategy, and a sales funnel in place. Without that, it doesn't happen. Leah Busque Solivan's ability to pivot, got that, seek the guidance, and then embrace something I call collaboration, and I believe that collaboration crushes competition, really allowed TaskRabbit to be the success it is today. You do that, and you follow that same strategy in the industry that might be kind of new or even changing or evolving, you too will have success. With that being said, my name, by the way, is Shay Brown. Welcome to the CEO Sales Huddle. I'm really excited you're here. Every morning when we get started at the CEO Sales Huddle, I love to start off with our mantra. And our mantra is, if you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. And hopefully you might even be hearing my voice right now while I'm saying that, by the way, because it's so true. Go ahead and repeat that after me right now. If you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. Why, Shay? What is the big why? Because sales is the oxygen for every great business in history. Now, after we do our mantra, and that's really important. I mean, don't overlook that. I'm so glad you're here, by the way. Now we have our pledge. And our pledge every morning is learn, earn, and return. And every morning, as CEO, when you wake up, I want you to say these words. And I was talking to someone yesterday. They were like, Shay, learn, earn, and return. I got it. But it's not about me. It's about the concept. It's about buying into the philosophy and having your own strategy as a CEO as it relates to sales. So repeat after me. And I love to say this every single morning we do this. It's that important to me or we wouldn't do it. And here it is. I have to learn something new. Go ahead and say that right now. Maybe this is learn something new right now. In order to earn new revenues from new customers. It only comes from new customers, by the way, from current clients. In order to get new clients, that's where the revenue growth comes from old clients that return. So I must learn, earn, and return. You adopt that philosophy, and you'll see your business as you tune in every morning and you're in this conversation. And the number one distinction I teach is you stay in this conversation. It's top of mind to you. Why? Because we have three objectives. Let's show them the objectives and let's keep moving. We're doing good this morning. Good job. The three objectives are, number one, sales growth. So you show up every day to have sales progress. Got it. Just like TaskRabbit. It's not going to always be easy. There's going to be some adjustments, but you are consistent. Number two, address any roadblocks. Now, of course, TaskRabbit. No one knew about this sharing economy. No one knew about doing things like this, but there were roadblocks. There's some roadblocks always as a CEO as it relates to sales. But if you don't focus on sales, there's always more money going out than there is coming in. And third, and most important, and we do this every single morning, and I love to do it, is to understand the 5 sales pillars that every CEO must understand. And I want to make it top of mind to you in order to grow and make money. Sales pillar number 1 is sales planning. So it's not enough to have a revenue goal, but what is our sales system? What is our sales structure? What is our sales funnel and the roadmap to make the goal that we have? That's number 1. If you don't have one, go to ceosalesplan.com right now, ceosalesplan.com. Once you get there, download that plan. Seriously, it's 1-pager. Get that. Number 2 is the sales cycle. What is the client journey from the time that we attract them, we connect with them, we communicate with them, and we convert them? Very important. Sales pillar number 3 is our sales positioning. It's the messaging. Our words will make us rich. Now, you can imagine when Leah went to try to partner with Zipcar, right, and do this thing, there had to be a sales message. She had to have the words that she was going to say. And I say this as humbly as I can. Sales drives marketing. Marketing does not drive sales. Okay, so we understand the problem. We understand how we're going to solve it. Of course, marketing goes to find people, so we need marketing. But it's the sales message that we have that allows people to self-select to work with us. Number 4 is the sales indicators. We talk about the CEO sales dashboard because what gets measured gets managed. What gets measured gets better. Okay, and it puts you in a really good place. And number 5 is the sales team. Now, obviously, the reason you need a sales team because you want to generate revenue right away. So as you're tuning in right now and you're here every morning, I always recommend take a look for all folks who are regulars and tune in every morning. Look below the video. And do me a favor. Below the video, put hashtag I'm here. Hashtag I'm here. Just do a check-in. Let me know that you're in the building right now. It's between you and I because you can see me and I can't see you. Then look on the other side. It's only 15 minutes, okay? If you're watching the replay, hashtag replay. Hashtag replay. You're here. You maybe can't make it at 8 a.m. So you tune in at 12 o'clock. Or maybe you tune in and you watch the episode at 9 at night. But you're here. Let's all connect. Let's all communicate. Then I want to share why we're here. For those folks that are tuning in for the very first time, CEO Sales Huddle is a place where CEOs gather to understand how to sell more faster. That's it. You're here. You know you want to hear because you already know your revenue plan. You just want to get there faster as a CEO. Even if you're doing all the sales yourself, I want to acknowledge you. You're still amazing and you're incredible. But the burden's on you, and I get that. Understand that. I've been there. So I'm just like many of you. So we have a big why. And this is why I want you to know why you set your calendar for 8 a.m. every morning. Here's why you tune in to the CEO Sales Huddle. Why? Sales growth. So you take a look at the numbers, which we're going to do when we open up the CEO Sales Dashboard, and we want the sales revenue number to continue to grow because we bring in new clients, right? Accountability. Just the fact that you're here, you're like, I'm in the conversation. I heard it, Shay. I'm not on an island. I don't have all the answers. If you do, this is not for you, but you understand the power of collaboration and you buy into the concept, the philosophy that selling is the oxygen for every great business in history. So this is a place for accountability and a place for you to be consistent, and it's a safe place. So welcome to the CEO Sales Huddle. I'm glad you're here. How long is this, Shay? How long do we do this? 15 minutes. That's all we asked for, okay? So we're at the 8-minute and 42-second mark. There's 1,440 minutes in every day. Never 1,441 minutes. If there's anything less than that, then you may have gotten your heavenly wings. That's the seriousness of the conversation. So I only ask for 1% as a CEO with all the responsibilities you have. I do know the one responsibility every CEO is measured on is sales. That's customers, okay? And so you're here. So 15 minutes. Okay, I'm not going to spend time on that. We're going to go in the most important section. We're going to go over that right now. But what's the number one outcome, Shay? And this question comes up often. What's the number one outcome? Why does it exist? Let's show that to them before we go to the CEO dashboard. Our number one outcome every day when we show up is to generate $100,000 per month of consistent, predictable, reliable revenue. Now, it doesn't matter what your goal is. Some of you got a goal for $2 million, $3 million, $4 million. Some of you are already doing $100,000 a month. Some of you are doing less than $100,000 a month. Some of you have companies that you work for. You have sales team. The revenue can change, okay? But as a CEO, I want you to put $100,000 a month in your pocket over and beyond whatever you may be earning today. And that's the number one outcome, 15 minutes of your time. Now, we're going to go into probably I would call the most important segment that we do. and we're at the 10-minute mark. And we're going to spend 3 minutes going over the CEO sales dashboard. Now, the CEO sales dashboard is very important because there's only 5 indicators as a CEO that you need to understand, you need to manage. Now, we got the pillars we talked about earlier. This is what gets managed, gets measured. What gets managed, gets measured, and then better. So we got leads, appointments, offers, deals, and repeat business. Now, if you haven't downloaded your CEO dashboard, it's the number one tool the CEOs use. I know I say this every morning, but for the new folks that are here, and even the old folks that may not have done it, or regulars that show up every morning, thank you. It's not a beat me up session. Go over to ceosaleshuddle.com. No, seriously, let's go over to www.ceosaleshuddle.com. Once you do that, you're going to follow the instructions, and then you're going to download the CEO sales dashboard. And it's going to look like this. It's an Excel sheet. We can make it fancy, but we took a lot of time to create something that was easy to understand, easy to execute as a CEO. Now, you're going to go to each category. Every day we go into a category. You have 1 through 31 going across the top. Look at yesterday for leads. How many leads came in? Look at yesterday. How many were engaged? Okay. The category that we're going to go in today is deals. So every day I go about a minute and a half deep in one area. Look, if you're filling it out now, congratulations. Open up your CRM, open up your tracking mechanism, open up a hub, active campaign, go high level, whatever you're using today as a CRM. And if you're a supervisor, go pull those numbers now. And if you got to put it in now. But if you're a CEO and you can hire one person to do one thing, have your admin fill this out. I promise you, it'll make a huge difference for you because it doesn't exist. We created it. It doesn't exist anywhere else in the world. That's the seriousness of what we're talking about here. Okay, now let's go deep into one area that we're going to go deep in. Let me pull it up. There we go. Where is Shay Brown? Oh, he's way over here. Okay, we don't need to be over there. Shay Brown, we got to go here. And the category I'm going to go deep in today is deals. So we have leads, appointments, offers, and you can change the subcategories. Those are important. Deals with the 12-minute and 25-second mark. Got it. Deals, typically the way they're measured is you close the deal. And close the deal, if you think about yesterday, what deals closed? You got the credit card in, the contract was signed, the agreement was signed, the wire payment was made, and all you have to do at this point is turn it over to fulfillment. Okay. How many deals were closed and what was the value of the deals? I don't put it on here because I didn't want to clutter this. Okay. Now, typically it was an all or nothing. And I used to beat myself up. I didn't get any deals. This is so bad. I mean, what am I doing? I don't know how to sell. But then I started understanding, just like you have in your health, there's some other indicators. So if I'm trying to lose 10 pounds, it's because I don't lose 10 pounds today. But if I drank the amount of water, if I went to the gym, if I got my cardio in, if I got my exercise in, I'm going to see the change. So I started saying, no. We need to measure what I call pending category. A pending category means you at least made an offer yesterday and the person said, we'll send you the wire payment. We'll send you the credit card. Send me a link where I can go pay online. Sounds good. Let me talk to a partner. Whatever it may be, it's pending, and you got to follow up. But we know that's about sales. So I want you to measure. I got 3 categories, subcategories under pending. We have number 1, hot. Which leads are hot? That means they're ready to close. You feel like this is going to happen in the next 5 to 10 business days. They're hot. And the person might say, I got to get my bank account. I got to send this over to my team. I got to wire the money. It'll happen. We're getting together in the next 48 hours. Okay. And whatever it may be. But it's going to happen in 10 days. Now, this is, it's going to be different for every industry, but I'm giving you just a guidance. Number 2 is warm. Warm is anything from 10 to 20 business days. Okay. So if it's 10 to 20 business days, hopefully it's going to happen in the 10th day. So anytime it goes further out, obviously it's a little concern, but it's still warm. And there's some things that have to happen. And then last, it's just cold. You made the offer. Your team came and said, hey, this is going to happen, but it won't happen for 30 days. We're getting together next month. I feel good about it. They have everything. They have the contract. They have the agreement. Whatever the situation may be. Cold just means I've got to re-engage them. I don't have to sell them. That's not what you're doing. But when you have that conversation 30 days from now, then you got to re-engage. You got to remind them. And sometimes you got to highlight what the reason they're doing it. So those are it there. Take a look now. pat yourself on the back. Seriously, just for being here. Pat yourself on the back. I know we're at the 15-minute mark. We got to go. We're gonna move on now, and I promise. But pat yourself on the back right now because you are going through your CEO sales dashboard, and your competition is not doing that right now. You're in the top 1%. We'll get to that in a minute of folks out there. So now let's celebrate some wins because I always like to step back and say, no, Shay, we worked hard. We showed up. I mean, this is what we do. So let's take a look now and let's acknowledge ourselves. Powerful people ask powerful questions because questions steer focus. And in this life, you get exactly what you focus on. So in this segment, I always like to go over maybe 3 questions that are, I believe, super duper important and cool. Number 1, what are you most proud of yesterday? Acknowledge yourself. Number 2, what was your biggest accomplishment? Like you look back at yesterday from a sales view of the world and the sales department and sales operations, what are you most proud of? You look at the sales operation yesterday, what do you want to brag about? No, seriously, like if I could bring you in here, you'd raise your hand and you would brag at the highest level. Congratulations. Acknowledge yourself. And then we go to the next segment and we look at, well, there's some hurdles out there. Just like TaskRabbit, you're a TaskRabbit, I'm a TaskRabbit. There's going to be some hurdles, some things we got to overcome. Powerful people ask powerful questions. We understand that. So what was your biggest roadblock yesterday? And then secondly, what's preventing you today from moving forward? Seriously. And then last, what's the one thing you can do today? We're at the 16-minute and 35-second mark. I know I'm a couple of minutes over, but we would not be more than 3 or 4 minutes or 5, I promise you. But I want to get into this because the hurdle is important. We know it's out there. We know it exists. I know Brian Tracy says, eat that frog. I get it. Whatever works for you. But what can you do today that if you do it, it moves the business and the sales operation forward? What's one thing? And I want you to make a commitment to do it. I want you to make a commitment to do it. I want you to make a commitment to assign someone to do it. Here's the message of the day. You're in the top 1% of folks on the planet right now. You're in this conversation, a CEO sales huddle, the only conversation I'm aware of on the planet where CEOs gather just to only look at their sales operations every morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you have the CEO sales dashboard to guide you on this journey. So this is the moment. This is your time, your competition in doing this. You really are a credible human being. Seriously, we're doing something just like TaskRabbit. Like what we're doing doesn't exist. There is no blueprint for this right now. Okay, it just does not exist. And you're here. So I want to acknowledge you. I want to thank you for giving me the time and the grace because you got 1,440 minutes. You can use them anywhere, any place, but you're here. I'm going to ask you to take the next step. I'm going to ask you to go ahead and download the CEO Sales Dashboard. Let's start this journey together, and let's take that revenue to 100,000 plus more of predictable income that's going into our bank account. With that being said, you are special. Thanks for joining in. My name is Che Brown, and I'll see you on the other side at the next CEO Sales Huddle. Peace, everybody.